Welcome to Untitled Tech. I'm Alex. How you doing? We have a very fun hands-on unboxing video that I am excited to do. This particular phone, I have not had a version of it for over 8 generations. So the box is very Samsung-esque. The only real distinguishment for this Note 10 box is the SPen. And this is the 9700 model, so it's not the same model you normally get in the US. This is the Hong Kong version, which it was cheaper to buy. If you buy this unlocked, it is cheaper to buy this than the US models. It does have all the LTE bands, so I'm going to use it on T-Mobile. Should be no problem at all. So let's open this baby up right now. So right away, we are greeted with a gel case. So it's nice that Samsung included a case for you. And then we are greeted with paperwork in Chinese, which I cannot read, but I find it very ironic because Hong Kong is the most Western Asian city out there. You would think English would be in the paperwork there because a lot of people read English there, but no. But here is the phone in its Aura Glow. Wow, this thing is very reflective. Oh my gosh, this color is... It's very unique for sure. Let's set it aside and finish taking a look at what's inside. We do have a quick charging brick from Samsung. And this charging brick is a USB-C brick. Okay, cool. So it is USB-C, so that means that the cable is going to be C to C, not C to A. We do also have a adapter for a USB-A, and we do have replacement tips for your S Pen. And once again, the cable is USB-C to C, so that's actually good to see. I do like seeing that. We also have headphones, and the braided cable here is pretty nice. USB-C headphones, braided cables, very high quality stuff from Samsung. Let's peel it back. Wow, okay, so there's residue glue. Okay, all right. It took some time, but I finally got this off. I got all that residue left over. I've unboxed phones for a long time now, and I have never, ever seen that happen before. And that was really difficult to get rid of. I had to use many different wet wipes to just, oh my gosh, that was a headache. But now it's sparkling clean, almost brand new. And here we go. That's the Aura Glow in all its glory right there. I'm regretting getting this right now. I was debating between getting the black one, which is clean as heck. But this one is its new color, Aura Glow, and I decided to try it out. But man, that reflection is just killing me. It's like a CD. It's, by the time you watch this video, I'll probably already have a skin on it. I'll show you guys in a full review. But yeah, some people like this though. I think this is very unique. Definitely an eye catcher, but it's not for me at least. Nonetheless, we do have triple cameras here in the back. So everyone's making a big deal about the iPhone having multiple cameras now, but we have a 12 megapixel 27 millimeter wide lens, a 12 megapixel telephoto lens, a 16 megapixel ultra wide lens. So 3 lenses. Samsung has been doing it for a while. And then we do have Qi charging on the black. This is Corning Gorilla Glass 6. Qi charging, and it can also charge other phones. On the bottom, we have a USB-C port, the audio speaker, and the S Pen slot here. And we do have a blue S Pen, so each color has its own distinct color for their S Pen. Ours is blue here for this Aura Glow, and fun fact, it is life-size to the box art, so pretty cool. So it has that nice little clicking mechanic, so it will lock into place and come out, and it'll pop out right like that. Very cool stuff. And you can put it in both ways. Either way works. It's symmetrical, so I do like that very much. Now, on one side of the phone, we have a power button / Bigsby button, followed by the volume rockers, all on one side of the phone. On the top end, we do have that nano SIM tray. It's dual nano SIM tray, no micro SD card support on here on this particular phone, actually on all the Samsung ones now. And nothing on the other side of the phone. So very clean design, very clean aesthetics. Once again, the back is glass, Corning Gorilla Glass 6. And I'm actually pretty surprised how easy it is to hold. This is a 6.3-inch display, and it's relatively easy to hold in my hands. I'm not the biggest person in the world. I'm about 5'8", And by size comparison, here is the iPhone XR, which is a little big for me. But the Note 10, if we line it up, it's not that much longer than it. And it feels thinner. I need to check the specs on the iPhone XR. It's been a while, but it does feel thinner. It feels nicer to hold. I do have that pill case, though, so that changes a little bit. Here is a funny one, because I've been having the Sony Xperia XZ2 Compact in my pocket. And man, that's a big size difference. But it is thicker, so the XZ Compact 2 is a little thicker than most phones. But yeah, big difference. And of course, the S10e, which I reviewed earlier this year, I did like this phone a lot. But man, look at the Samsung designs; it's completely different. And the size comparison is, I'm pretty surprised that I like small phones, and the Note 10 doesn't feel that gigantic in my hand, and I do like that. I'm relatively shocked that it's not that big. Here's the case too, by the way, if you were curious. It'll hold you over until you get your better new case from Amazon or whatever. We're going to do a case video as well, but it'll hold you over from scratches in the meantime. Okay, so this phone, let's turn on all the unlocking stuff. So I already programmed it. The first thing we're going to check out is the in-display fingerprint scanner. So I have everything set up. Let's actually cover the camera. And as you can see there is the fingerprint scanner. It has a little display like all the in-display fingerprint scanners with a little thumbprint. Once you put your thumb there, it will unlock the phone. It is a little slower than I would like. And then we have Face ID or Face Unlock there. As you can see, recognize my face and unlock the phone. Okay. One UI. So we are running One UI, Samsung's skin on top of Android. And the first thing you see on the left side once you swipe is this whole Bigsby Homepage. It's a standard for One UI. It replaces Google's own Google Now cards or Google Homepage, which I use every single day. So I'm not a big fan of Bigsby. A lot of this stuff is useless for me that I never use. If you swipe down, you have your quick settings and your notification bar. All of this is very standard Android stuff. Like if you've used one Android phone, they're all about the same. The the UI, of course, with the whole icons and stuff like that, it's very Samsung-esque, but they've cleaned it up a lot, and I documented this in the S10e. Compared to what they used to have with TouchWiz, this is so much nicer, so much easier to use. There are additional things that this phone can do, which I'll showcase later, like this whole power share thing. But it's basically a very simple Android phone nowadays, just different type of icons and additional features for additional things like the SPen. Pre-installed, we do also have a bunch of Samsung bloatware apps, which is to be expected. They lowered it a little bit, but we do have still a lot of bloatware apps. Now, some bloatware apps are actually useful, like this Pen Up one. So the reason this is in here is to showcase what you can do with the SPen, which is kind of cool. So the first thing I obviously tried to do is to pop out that SPen and to do what a full-grown adult would do. Color. So I wanted to test out the SPen. I haven't used an SPen since the Note 2. The Note 2 was my daily driver for 3 years. 3 years of my life. It actually made me love tech. It was one of the reasons why I wanted to be a tech reviewer. And it's been a long time since I went back to Samsung because I found so many other phones that I really loved. But so I really wanted to test this phone out and go back to an SPen and see if I would like it once again. It's been 8 generations. And so far, so good. I do have to feel the sensitivity of this is terrific. The customization that Samsung allows you to do with this SPen and what it can accomplish for you, it's like nothing out there. There really is no competitor for this phone other than, I guess, like LG and the Stylos. But even then, they're targeting the lower end market, the LG Stylo is. And the Note 10 is in a class of its own. The SPen is just significantly above anything out there. They own the market, and yet they still improve on the SPen. So pretty cool there from Samsung. Props for them. Now, I wanted to show you guys the UI. We do have an app drawer here, so very standard Android stuff. We are running Android 9.0, and it should get Android 10 relatively soon, hopefully relatively soon. Samsung has gotten a little better with updates, but of course, you're still not getting like the whole pixel or even the essential phone quickness here. But everything's standard Samsung. Oh, by the way, the display, right? So this display is an AMOLED display. It's a 6.3-inch one, 19:9 aspect ratio, and it's only a 1080p display. But they do allow you to do certain things with this experience here to utilize this entire display, like changing from navigation buttons, the whole traditional back home button and the recent apps button, to a swipe motion thing. So I've done that before, and they also give you like this whole like edge screen thing they call it, where you can swipe from the side and it's like a quick draw of apps that you could put in like in program. Now the SPen also has a certain amount of features that I'm going to showcase in a individual video. So I'm going to do probably like a 10 different things you can do with your SPen. But right now I want to showcase something that Samsung is really excited about, which is air gestures. So I launched the camera, and we're going to control the camera using the SPen. So if you just click on the button on the SPen, it'll take the photo. But this new air gesture there, as you can see, if I swipe up again, and it switches the direction of the camera from front to back. And there's this whole other thing where you do a little twirl, like a half circle. Oh, shoot. Now let's do that again. Half circle. Ah, darn it. Okay, let's try it again. Half circle. Oh, there we go. Registered it, but other way. Yeah, there we go. See, it zoomed out. Half circle. There we go. Zoom in. So if you half circle it, it zooms in. Half circle it again, it zooms out. It's going to take practice. But the SPen accuracy in terms of writing and how it feels is just terrific right now. And like I said, there's nothing out there like that on a smartphone. Now let's jump back into the camera really quick, look at the interface. So very standard Samsung camera interface. I'm looking forward to testing this camera out, especially because we're reaching the end of the year and there's going to be a lot of great camera phones out there. Like the iPhone 11 is basically out right now. It's a brand new phone. And people are already saying it's the best camera ever. And Google with the Pixel 4 is going to be very competitive. So where does that leave the Note 10? I'm very excited to try it out. There's a lot of modes on here, a lot of professional features you can do. But at the same time, Samsung has always been very, very, very good with the camera, but it hasn't been the best in their division for quite a while. The Pixels have really held that down, and now the iPhones are coming back right now. The iPhone 11, the hype is so high with the camera, and the reviews are already so good right now. I can't wait to put this one up to those and just to see how it holds up. So yeah, be sure to come back for our full review. Also check out our Instagram at SipNoTech. We're going to post a bunch of photos with this phone and a bunch of the other phones for comparisons. Now, since this is a Samsung phone, they do give you some crazy features that you might not get on, say, the Note or an iPhone. And one of them is this wireless power share. They've been doing it for a while now, where since this is a Qi charging phone, you can actually reverse that and charge other people's phones that are Qi compatible. So like I can put the S10e on top of it and it could charge it. Another cool thing is DeX. So remember the old Samsung ones, they had this whole dock that you have to buy and you can connect it to have kind of like a Chrome OS on top of your computer, your Windows device. Well, they simplified that even more. All you have to do is plug in a cable now, just a regular USB-C cable, connect to your computer, and boom, you can run Android apps. It's even better than Chrome OS because you're not running Chrome OS. You can just literally run that. So I am very excited to review this phone. It's a flagship phone, probably the most expensive phone I've purchased to review on this channel in quite a while. And like I said, I haven't used a Samsung Note in 8 generations, so there's a lot of it. I want to see if I rekindle my love for Samsung, because the Note 2 was one of my favorite phones of all time. And I really like the S10e. I haven't used a Samsung phone in years, and I came back to it this year to really check out that One UI interface, and it's so much better than TouchWiz. It's nowhere near that, so I'm really excited to actually have this phone as my daily driver again to see if I fall in love with Samsung again. So once again, I'm Alex and Tech. Be sure to come back for a full review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 10.
And that's it. Be sure to subscribe here. Hit the bell button so you don't miss any of our videos. And check out our other videos right here. Until next time,